the fuck? I don't know what the hell's going on. The internet just keeps jumping. Try to reload. Try to reload the stream quickly. It seems to be good on my side as well. I genuinely have no fucking idea why. Just said leapfrog, but missing the log every time. I genuinely fucking don't know what the hell was going on there. OBS seems to have just... Because my internet was still working. I thought maybe it's the internet, but everything on my side of the internet was still working perfectly fine. You know, my videos were still uploading, everything was still going. But for some reason, OBS just... Yeah, decided, no, I'm not working. So yeah, that was weird. That was fucking weird. I did not enjoy that. That was definitely not fun for me. Yeah, I don't think we'll do that again. Let's not do that again. That was not a fun experience. What do you think about the new lore data mining on WoW? Mask for Mascara, how you doing? I'm loving it. I've been making videos. I'm literally uploading as we speak 3 new videos that will go live tonight. I'm ecstatic. Whenever there's data mining, I get very, very fucking happy. And we've got some data mining that we're going to go through as soon as I'm done with the uploads. So... I've been uploading crazy. Like, there's been so many new videos. For those of you that maybe missed it, we've done, I think, 7 videos up until this point. 7 videos already, and we obviously have more coming. Sabaton. I don't know what the fuck that is. Okay, so no, you missed nothing. Yeah, my internet was... My internet wasn't working, or my PC wasn't working. Something wasn't fucking working. Alright, let's just finish these videos and then we can sort of relax and get into some lore discussions, because that is really what I want to fucking get into, some lore discussions. Let's do spoilers. There we go. The base Sabaton song. Sabaton is metal echo. You uncultured swine. Oh, right. Oh, sorry. Sorry for not knowing every single fucking band in the world. I do apologize. I think I have told you guys before that I don't actually listen to a lot of music. I only listen to music when I'm streaming. Otherwise, I find music very distracting. Like, I can't work with music playing. It distracts me way too fucking much. I need silence whenever I'm thinking or working or doing anything of the kind. I need full silence. So anyways, as I was saying, it's still in the 40s in Fahrenheit here, so I'm loving it. Very nice and cold. All the flowers are starting to bloom. Everywhere now, though. Nice. When are you launching the Shorts channel? Oh, the Shorts channel has been up and running for a while. Yeah, the Shorts channel is Echo Gaming. It was gonna snow, but it didn't. It's just very wet outside. It's spitting snow where I am. I fucking hate all of you with your snow bullshit. Joe Burrell, how you doing, bro? I hate the fact that I don't have snow. It really fucking upsets me. Spoilers, the Nathrazine. Let's change this. Uh, 9.1 massive. Shadowlands 9.1 spoilers. Maybe you guys can tell me if this is a good title. Massive Shadowlands 9.1 spoilers. The Master Returns. What do you think of this? Coda Chris, thank you for the on sub. Did really fucking appreciate that. Welcome to the Fat Fuckers Club. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't feel bad. I don't have snow either. Just 120-degree summers. Holy shit. Zofia, thank you so much for the 5 community subs. Really fucking appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Give me some love and chat for Zofia. Who is the master? Sidon Athreus, of course. This is for the Nathrazim's return. You have to come up with sort of clickbait, but not too much clickbait. Been snowing here since last night. I hate all of you so much with your fucking snow. Good evening. I want to watch, but I gotta do my morning skating, and I hate listening to not being able to watch the stream. Tatiana, that's perfectly fine. Go enjoy the skating. I'll see you hopefully after. Back on. Your lore videos are so addicting, and this expansion has so much to go into. Kato, I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you very much for the compliment, first and foremost. And yeah, this expansion is, from a lore perspective, amazing. Absolutely amazing. Dude that got pissy, you didn't clickbait him? Oh yeah, I did have... I mean, there's always a risk. There's always someone that goes, oh my god, dude, clickbait. Or fucking spoilers. Which is, oh my god, never fucking mind. Okay, hold up. World of Warcraft. Shadowlands. Fuck me. Shadowlands 9.1. 9.1. World of Warcraft Shadowlands 9.1. Datamining. Reveals more spoilers about the Nathrazim and their master. Fuck it. That's as good as it's gonna get, I suppose. Now I need to find all the fucking sources for this, which is next level. Okay, hold up. Sources. Here we go. There's definitely more. Yes. Like so. This contents a channel. I did some parkour. Really? Why did you do parkour? Video of 9.1 Warlock, PvP griefing. I would never do a PvP video. Yeah, the problem with getting anyone onto the show is timing. Because almost everyone works or does something on a Sunday, it's very difficult to get people in to actually get the podcast running. But I do want to get more people, right? I genuinely want to get more people. I want to get Patty Matson on, because I think that would be absolutely amazing. The Nathrazim's return. Did I not download it? Oh, I didn't download it. You're very correct. I forgot to fucking download that one. Here we go. Download. Nathrazim goes up. Let's give it a playlist. Why not go with pre-recorded episodes with Noble and Pyro? I mean, I could do that, but I like the live version of it. Do you think Anduin stole the Ardenweald sigil? Yes. I sort of can't imagine how else, right? You made him very comfortable, I think. Thank you very much, Mary. I'm glad that people enjoyed that. I had a ton of fun with that one. I had an absolute blast with that one. Just want to make sure that I've got everything sort of set up right. I suppose. Oh, for fuck's sake. YouTube, stop doing this. Next. Monetization on. Done. Med rolls. I do this because if I don't, YouTube literally will put 4 or 5 ads in this short of a video. This way I get to control how many ads are shown. Like, what the fuck is that ad? Right at the end. I'm gonna make people watch the ad so that they can see the fucking end of the video. It's like, come on. Don't be like this. Cass, thank you for the Prime sub, dude. Really fucking appreciate that. 29 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Cass, yes, we're finally back. Feels good to be back. Alright, I want that video. I know, doesn't matter. But I do want... No, that's the fucking... What the fuck am I doing? This is literally the video. We'll go with that one, and then we'll go with... No. Go with that one. There we go. Okay, that should work. Till tomorrow when he is complaining about his back again? No. Shorter streams, more movement. My back should be fine. My back feels a hell of a lot better than what it did 2 or 3 days ago. So I'm hoping we won't have any sort of back issues again. Because, yeah, that was not a good feeling. I do not know how to describe this to you guys other than fuck my life. That was the feeling that I had. You know that point of pain where you sort of think to yourself, death would be more pleasant? Has anyone ever experienced that? I'm sure some of you have experienced that before. That's what I felt the day before yesterday. So we did the Tuesday night stream. It went fine. Everything was great. I woke up on Wednesday in so much pain. I literally cannot describe. It was... I couldn't stand. So normally I could at least lie down, and lying down would actually be fine, right? The pain would be normal. So whenever I stood up to do some stretches, that would be painful, but lying down was fine. I couldn't lie down. I couldn't sit. I couldn't walk. I was about to give up. I was about to go, you know what? Fuck it. Death claim me now. I don't want to do this anymore. So that was not a fun experience whatsoever. But luckily that's gone now. So hopefully it doesn't come back either. Just want to make sure that I got all the sources in here as well, because if I don't do the sources, people will go, where the fuck is the sources, bro? Pretty sure this is right. Yeah, that one is in there as well. That one is in there as well. Even though I think Blizzard should go much further with this. Like, I don't think the changes to Anima is nearly enough. I don't think the changes to Torghast is nearly enough. I don't think the changes to Soul Ash is nearly enough. I feel like Blizzard should absolutely do more. World of Warcraft and Warcraft news. Actually, this might be better to just go MMO news. Fuck it. What did I want to do now? Oh yeah, Alex, you actually did some timestamps for that video. There we go. Lamsos, if the jailer uses his domination rune on Sargeras' sword embedded in Azeroth, that's the end game. But why would he need to do that? Please answer me this. I played Dwarf Resto Sham. Are they in lore only air thunder users, or I'm not breaking the game lore-wise with my Resto spec? Dario, no. In the lore, so there is no... Tasty Berries, how you doing? There is no... how do you put this? There is no specs in terms of lore for characters. So lore characters, if you're a mage, you have power of ice, you have power of fire, and you have power of arcane, right? You can cast whichever spells in whichever order you're a mage. Mages have those powers. And the same goes for shamans. Shamans would have the ability to heal, they would have the ability to do damage, they would have the ability to use lightning if they so choose to do so. They are basically all-encompassing. They have access to all of those powers. So, no, you are definitely not breaking. Tell me why I suddenly have an unpleasant cough again after just getting out of a cold. COVID. I don't know. Dude, probably nothing. I mean, it does stay for a while. Like, a cough can sometimes just come back because your lungs may have been influenced by the cold. And you're just trying to, like, your lungs are literally trying to clean themselves from whatever mucus or shit is still in there. Are you still playing WoW? Tasty Bears, yes, I am still playing WoW. Yeah, I would say I get this often, Luna. So if I've had a cold or I've had like the flu, my cough will sometimes last for at least a month afterwards. Now, some of that is because of smoking, which obviously isn't good for your lungs. But a lot of that is just down to whenever I get a cold or whenever I get the flu, it literally affects my lungs first. My lungs are just weaker in that regard because I had asthma as a child, I suppose. So then that cough can last for a month or two afterwards because my lungs are still trying to clear themselves up. They're still trying to clean themselves. So yeah, I wouldn't read too much into it. It's still good. You will still live. You don't have to worry about that. This is good. I like that this video is done. And I think this video is done as well. Is this video done? Did I finish this video? Yes, I did finish this video. Okay, now we go to the final video, which is incidentally the first video that will be released. Spoilers, the Primus... hold up. Shadowlands 9.1 spoilers. Primus revealed. How powerful is Zuval? Because I do believe that that is part of it. Oh, for fuck's sake, dude. Wow, that fucking typing. 9.1. Datamining. Spoilers surrounding the Primus, but also begs the question. Fuck's sake, you can't fucking type. Keyboard, get closer to me. This angle typing is going to drive me crazy, but also begs the question of Zuval's power level in Chains of Domination. So sometimes I just don't type. Sometimes I just can't fucking type. It is absolutely insane. Sources. There we go. My blames keyboard. My keyboard, if my keyboard is like this, which happens when I'm playing games. So when I'm playing games, I'll put my keyboard like this. But then I can't fucking type because I'm sort of sitting at a weird angle trying to type. So I have to just turn the keyboard in the right way so that I can actually type. The dark side of YouTube chat. Hello, Akalon. Are you Horde or Alliance? And which race and class are you? Capsaron, how you doing, bro? I am Horde, 100% Orc. Always Orc. That comes from Warcraft 2. My love for Warcraft 2 is where that sort of got born, I suppose you could say. I think this is the only... Yeah, this is the only source in this one. So we should be good. The fuck? There we go. What can I do? I'm not sure. Is there something that I should be doing specifically? Hashtag Warcraft lore. Okay. Almost done, guys. Literally, this is the last video. And then we're good to go. Then we be good to go. Okay, that fills me with pride. I'm sure that's good. All right, now where did you put ads? Why the fucking ad right there at the end? Like, YouTube, what in the f are you doing? It makes no sense. Let's lull them into a false sense of security so we can smack them with an ad right before the video ends. Makes sense. Might put one there. Yeah. That should be fine. Abbreviated language. That's all I have here. Where are we going? Wait, are we going somewhere? Daisy Berries, we should play a game. What is this patch? Unforgive one. Thank you for the prime sub. Did really fucking appreciate that. How many months is that? 23 months in a row. How you doing, bro? So many videos. The dick slapping always is a great icebreaker. What is Alpaca's idea? Raid Shadow Legends. I will never accept a sponsorship from Raid Shadow Legends. Never. That will absolutely fucking never happen. I've been approached by them in the past and I've said no every single time. I tried playing it. Like, I legit tried playing it. And, well, it didn't go well. I think I played for about 5 minutes or so. And then I realized, wait, this is just an auto-playing game. This game just plays itself. You just sort of watch as it gets fucking played. Like, what the hell is the point of this? So, yeah, no Raid Shadows Legends, sadly. For anyone that loves that game, I'm so sorry that you don't have taste in good games. We'll do that one. Local sponsor that makes Bride and Brokey, and how to you call those mad essay sandwiches. I don't think there's essay companies that actually sponsor YouTubers. Speaking of, when do we play Among Us? Like plebs again? I'm still a bit over Among Us. Also give unreachable promises for payment. I mean, I would never. So one of the reasons I took the sponsorship from Skillshare is because it's guaranteed money. I don't get paid for every single click, right? So they don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter whether 2,000 people click on the link or only 100 people click on the link. I get paid no matter what. So it's guaranteed. As soon as that video goes live, I get my money. No problem. I will never accept a sponsorship from anyone that says, oh, you have to get this many views in order to get... No, you motherfucker. You sponsored me. I'll get how many fucking video views I get, and you will pay me because that was the deal. So that's one of the reasons I refuse to work with people like Raid Shadow Legends. Tasty berries, most likely not tonight. Like I said before, I am struggling with my back still. My back is in a hell of a lot of a better position now than it was previously. but it's not like I don't want to push it. Like I genuinely don't want to push my back. We did push it on Tuesday, and I paid the fucking price on Wednesday. Let me tell you that. So most likely not tonight, but I definitely will be playing again next week. I think next week we'll do like a lot of fucking streams. Wishing you the best for your back, bro.
This tip is for the fact that you don't sell out and shill for paid. Shadowlands, thank you.
Bravo Fox, thank you so much for the $20, and you are most welcome. You don't have to tip me for that. That is just, I've always said that I will only accept sponsorships from people when and if I use the product. So I will never accept a sponsorship from something that I don't use. And I don't use Raid Shadow Legends. I'd rather sit and play nothing, if I'm gonna be honest. I would rather sit and not play games than fucking play Raid Shadow Legends. I just feel like you could probably have more fun not caring about that shit. Also, the amount of money that they fucking make out of people is insane. I've never seen a game so incredibly optimized for monetization in my life. I mean, there is legitimately not a single game out there that is as optimized for money than that game. And I wouldn't accept this Pepsi Max sponsor anymore, Apocalypse. I don't drink Pepsi Max anymore. Even though back in the day when I did drink Pepsi Max, I would fucking easy have accepted that. But I'm now New Accolon. And New Accolon doesn't drink Pepsi Max anymore. Just trying to finish all these videos, guys, and then we can go and start talking about what's truly important. World of Warcraft, Shadowlands. Lange. That's exactly how you should pronounce it as well. Alright. Now, which video goes first? That one goes first. We'll publish that one now. And then we'll schedule this one for today. But we'll schedule it for sort of 6:30, so 8:30. Let's give it a good 2-hour window to go into. And then this one we will schedule for again today, but 10:30. Yeah, 10:30 p.m. should be good on all of those counts. So save changes. And then for this one, we can make this one public right away. And bam, that's it. That's it. We're done. We are done, ladies and gentlemen. We can finally fucking relax. Drinking Pepsi Max, Mango Zero. Mango? What are your thoughts on those desks that you can raise up and down? You could stand when you needed to. Mary, I want one of those desks, but I've also been sort of, I guess you could say, a little bit, what's the word? When you believe something and then suddenly everything changes and you realize that, oh, what I believed is completely wrong. Enlightened. I've been enlightened by watching a lot of videos from people that actually have standing desks that say it doesn't do anything. Like, people do not use it, right? People don't use the standing feature, and one of the reasons they don't is standing is actually worse for your back. Like, it puts far more pressure on you than sitting down does. So at the end of the day, people just stop fucking using those desks. Pepsi Mango. Are you saying that Pepsi flavor? No, mango flavored Pepsi. Is this what you're telling me? There is such a thing in the fucking world as mango flavored Pepsi. Just no. Just fucking no. Just no. It's like vanilla Coke Why are you fucking up a perfectly good drink by adding vanilla or cherry or shit like that to it? Just drink the fucking drink as is. It's bad enough for you as it is. I do have PTR access. Tasty. I'm genuinely not a fan of flavored drinks. So whenever I did drink Pepsi Max up until 3 days ago, so, you know, not that long ago, but whenever I did drink Pepsi Max, I would, I don't like when it's flavored. Don't fuck up my things. Enjoy Kit Kats. You should see the flavors of them Japan has. I've seen those, but I still wouldn't like it. And I do like Kit Kat, but I like the white one, the white chocolate one. That one's amazing. I'm moving to the side because I'm trying to get headache tablets. There we go. You straight water now? Yes, I'm literally just water. Nothing fucking else. Just water and meat. I've reaffirmed the diet as well. Like, I'm literally now going full on. No coffee, no nothing. Have you gotten any headaches yet from not having caffeine? Fouling crazy. I was woken up last night at about... So last night I fell asleep at just before 12. So like 11:40, I think, was the last time I looked at my phone. And then I fell asleep. At about 1:22, I woke up a little bit before that, but when I looked at my phone, it was 1:22. And I got woken up by my fucking headache, dude. Like, you would not believe, my head was pounding. Whenever I lifted my head, it was sort of fine. But as soon as I lay down, wherever my head was touching the pillow, it was just fucking pounding, dude. Like, it was insane, the amount of pain that I was in. So I took two tablets. Well, not tablets, powders. And that sort of helped eventually. But I had the most vivid fucking dream, dude. I had the most vivid dream last night. Mo, this is actually just caffeine. I've left caffeine, so I stopped using caffeine. So these headaches are just... I know my blood pressure is fine. I've tasted that. I've already checked that. So my blood pressure is fine. I had the most vivid dream for the first time in probably a year or more. I don't dream often, and I think it's because of the copious amount of caffeine that I consume. Remember back literally as much as a week ago, this was my normal everyday life. This is what I do. So about a week ago, I would drink anywhere from 2 to 4 liters of Pepsi Max a day, right? So this is sugarless Pepsi, so no sugar, but a lot of caffeine. You can imagine. This is 2 big-ass bottles of fucking Pepsi Max every day. And I would drink this large coffee mug of mine. This one. I would have about probably 6 or 7 of these of coffee every single day. So I was jacked up on fucking caffeine, which meant I didn't dream. I couldn't sleep. My brain literally had so much caffeine in it that it just couldn't do anything. Last night I had this dream. Guys, you would not fucking believe it. So I'm on a ship. I don't know why I'm on a ship, but I'm on a fucking ship, right? I'm on this ship and there's some kind of tragedy. There's some kind of thing that's happening. I don't know what the thing is that's happening, but everyone is sort of losing their minds over this thing that's happening. And I remember running around. I'm trying to get everyone sort of sorted. I'm trying to get everyone to work together so that we can actually fix this thing. And there's one point in the dream where I run down some stairs and I jump down the stairs. But suddenly there's this yellow line in front of me, like this massive yellow line in front of me. And I jump over the line and there's this guy screaming at me to get back behind the fucking line, get back behind the line. And I'm sort of flabbergasted, but I thought, fuck you then. And I keep getting people to work together and we're now leaving the ship. But the problem with the ship is we need to get to the second story of the ship. But there's no way of getting to the second story of the ship, right? Like I'm walking up some stairs and then I get to the back of the ship, but I can see the second story, but I can't get on the second story. And then suddenly there's a guy that works for YouTube that comes in and tells me I stepped over the line and there's going to be official proceedings, and if I lose, my channel is gone and everything is gone and my world will end. I'm like, what the fuck? It was a normal yellow line. What the hell's going on? And they're like, no, that's the rules. And the guy just leaves. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm back to trying to save the world, or the ship at least. And then I woke up. That was literally it. I woke up with the headache. That's when the headache fucking started. As a psychic fanatic, your dreams are a bombshell. That's quite interesting. I just finished the paper on dream interpretation. Very Freudian. Okay. That's quite interesting. Premonition about being cancelled. Bombay, how you doing? I don't give a fuck about being cancelled. Here's the thing that most of these people, these idiots that want to cancel people, don't seem to understand. If you can survive the cancellation process, you almost always come out there better. Right? You almost always gain viewers and gain fame. You don't lose fame. So, yeah, being cancelled really isn't an issue for me. If the cunts want to come for me, they better come, because I don't give a shit. Maybe you are secretly fearful of your channel. Blue Water, that can definitely be the case. The channel was, like, almost every single WoW channel was doing very badly the last month. Like, you could see views are considerably down. This is also signaled by, look at Balila. He started a live stream channel, a clips channel of the live streams, which will most likely eventually become a full-on just gaming live stream channel. So I do think that they're setting up this live stream to sort of be able to cover more topics than just World of Warcraft eventually. I mean, it's the end of the patch cycle. The new patch hasn't been out yet, so videos were doing, like, I was getting half the views that I normally get. So maybe there was a bit of stress there, but just not knowing what the future of the channel is, you know? Tasty Berries, I should do. I will do. Is the new witch mob looking for someone to burn? Very fucking true. Don't cancel Echo. Can't be asked to find a new job. Alex, no, I don't think you have to worry about that. But I am sort of looking at different things, right? So there's a couple of things that I'm looking into that I really want to start doing. So I want to start doing the more personal videos again. That's going to go on to a brand new channel. That's not going to go on to Akalon. But it's not going to be personal videos as much. It's more going to be, you know, the weight loss journey, the healthy eating journey, cryptos, the markets, investments, not really politics, more broad politics. So talking about anarchy and why I believe anarchy is the future and why I believe anarchy should be the thing that everyone sort of jumps into, and people should support anarchy as a political system. So there's going to be talks and discussions around things like that, things that I find interesting, and then also a gaming channel that I really want to get into. Love a Warhammer lore channel. Cask, Warhammer lore, I still don't know enough about. Once there's a good game for Warhammer, that's when I'll learn about the lore, like in detail. Cool dream. I do recognize this ship though. It's in Stormsong Valley. Once in, you can't get out. If you close your channel, I'll have to start playing with my kids. Oh shit, Balthazar, no. The channel will never close, right? That I promise. I will never stop the channel. I will just I just want to start sort of broadening, right? Because you never know when Blizzard does another one of these sort of massive droughts, or maybe Blizzard gives up on the whole thing. So yeah, having my third one Monday. Holy shit, Balthazar. Can we get some love in chat for Balthazar? He's having his third kid. Holy shit, nice, dude. Fucking nice. Watch your full interview with Josh Keaton. Great job, man. I was invested the whole time. Josh is so down to earth and feels just like one of the guys. It was nice seeing so many notable people in chat watching. Massey, thank you very much, dude. Really fucking appreciate that. Josh is a really cool guy. Like, really cool guy. We actually talked a little politics before the stream started. Myself and Josh. So, he is a really cool guy. I do like him. But yeah, do you guys want to talk a little bit about some of the interesting things coming out? Because there are a couple of really interesting things sort of featuring. Or do you want to keep talking about Balthazar's kid? Quick break before this. Get some stretches. Oh, that's actually a good idea. That is actually a good idea. We've been going for about an hour now. So I'm going to go grab some more water. And I'm going to expect that you guys go stretch your legs as well. Do not do what I've done in the past. Do not fucking sit down the whole time. Believe me, it will bite you in the ass. Believe me. I've experienced this now. I understand the pain. So I'm going to run an ad break, by the way. So it's best for you to go fucking stretch your legs, go grab a coffee or whatever it is you're doing. I'm going to grab some more water, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Yo. How many people did start back up because of their Delicious? How you doing, bro? Marcelian online. How you doing, bro? Oh, I fucking love the discussions with Marcelian and Flame. Tasty berries, I don't think there is one yet for the loyalists. It's I think it's in the Datamining files that you can do it differently. To my candy bucket? No, I'm mate, how you doing, bro? I am 100% invested now, right? I need to lose weight. Like, that has to fucking happen. And I'm gonna rely on you guys to keep hounding me every single time we stream. Am I still following the diet? Am I still off the caffeine? Because I need to fucking lose weight, right? This bullshit has gone on long enough. Need to start fucking working out a lot more. Because again, the shit has gone on long enough, right? And then, yeah, as soon as we start losing a good amount of weight, maybe start getting a bit of active, you know? Start making some outside videos and shit. So that's definitely on the cards right now. Did you guys see any good ads? Or is it all just the shit ads, which Twitch is so fucking known for? You see my wee again? It's still looking good anyway, dude. Thank you very much, Blizzardin. I really appreciate that. Bazarian. Thank you very much, dude. Small silver lining. They do suck bad, even for a day. Something barbecue stream. Well, I was thinking more along the lines of, so obviously the barbecue streams does need to happen at some point, but you guys will have to give me fucking time. Like, once we blow up and I can buy a laptop with more lights and more equipment and shit, that will definitely be on the cards. But I was just thinking about more active videos. You know, I want to start getting a little bit active. I maybe go on biking trails and, I don't know, hiking trails, shit like that. On Licorice Roots, if you get bored, helps with digestion and helps curb your urges. Massey, it has to be all meat. That's the diet I'm following right now, right? All fucking meat. Full-on meat diet. What are you gonna do? We're gonna go balls to the wall with it. Go fight some lions. Yeah, we could do that. Let's make that my last stream, right? Right before I'm ready to fucking, you know, stop streaming, I go fight a lion. Buy yourself a selfie stick, go take a long walk and talk lore while doing it. I do want to buy a selfie stick, but I need to get a selfie stick that actually works with, GoPros. As opposed to when fighting a fucking lion. Pretty sure there's no such thing. Unless because, do I have a gun when I fight the lion, or do I not have a gun? If I have a gun, easy life. Lions are ridiculously easy to shoot. If I don't have a gun, becomes slightly harder. Maybe not impossible, but slightly fucking harder. And I'm gonna have to be in shape because basically my plan will be to outrun the lion as long as fucking possible. On purpose, mindfulness, and positive attitude can bring you so far. Just finger pistol him. Yeah, pretty sure lions don't do that. What do you think this new Primus model means? Okay, so I genuinely, I just released my video on this, by the way. So my video on the Primus is live as we speak. I just want to make sure, but I'm pretty sure that it should be live, at least. Just quickly make sure here that I'm not fucking lying to you. Yes. Okay, so my video on the Primus is live as we fucking speak, right? But I'll give you guys some insight into it. Okay, so the fact that the Primus, it's literally said that as his sigil was reunited with the Runecarver transformed into the Primus. So the Runecarver looks very much, and I hope that all of you will agree, the Runecarver and Zuval looks similar. Is there anyone that disagrees with that opinion? Obviously, the rune carver seems to be a little bit more skinny, but they look similar. All right. Now, you guys remember the leaked image from before Shadowlands that sort of hinted at this is the jailer. Now, if you look at this image, I wonder if we can find that. Yeah, we know they're the same. Good. So I've already covered that. I've made the video on it as well. Very much aware that they're the same. Can someone quickly find that leaked image? Let's see, leaked image. I'm not sure if we'll even fucking find it, but we can try. Here we go. Literally right there. All right, so there's a similarity. I'm not saying they're exactly the same, but there is a similarity between this being, right? This being looks very similar to this being. They look as if they could come from the same sort of family, right? Anyone disagree with that? They look very, very similar. All right, so for fuck's sake. If you imagine this, all right? They are the same. In my opinion, they're very, very, very much the same. Maybe we do a tweet thing here. Why not? Let's fucking capture this screen. Like so. And then we go and capture this screen. We'll do that. And then we go to Twitter. And we ask the question. What happens when Zuval is reunited with his sigil? All right, now we need to find the fucking screenshots quickly. Come on, update. There we go. All right. Open. All right, so this is what I believe. Once Zuval, the hole in Zuval's chest, by the way, in my opinion, that's his sigil that's missing. They took his sigil from him. For whatever reason, they took his sigil from him. Now, once Zuval is reunited with his sigil, will we see the same thing that happened to the Primus? Because the rune carver turns into this once the sigil comes back to him. If Zuval was reunited with his sigil, would he also turn into this? Do you have any hentai on your work PC? No, I don't even have hentai. I don't have a work PC. I have one PC, this one, and there's no hentai on it. I don't watch hentai. Wait, there's tips? Huh? When the fuck was... What? Oh, this is bats. Holy shit, for a second there, I did not understand where this tip button came from. Okay, that makes sense. Never mind. For Christ's sake, my GF calls me while you were explaining. Oh, for Minister, I mean, the explanation is fairly simple, right? So I believe that this is Zuval. Mistress, how you doing? I believe this is Zuval, but this is Zuval with his sigil. Zuval now misses his sigil because this is the Primus But the rune carver is what the Primus is without his sigil. Now, of course, as I already explained to you guys, there's a very big link between the sigils and the whispers from the old gods, right? The whispers of the old gods state that there are 5 keys to open the way, 5 torches to light the path, right? And then it says 5 torches now darkened. Now, based on what we learn here, right, Zuval is destroying the sigils. He's not just collecting them. It's as if the sigils isn't important from a collection standpoint. So he doesn't need all 5 sigils in order to get into wherever he wants to get into. But the destruction of the sigils opens something. So the old god whisper, 5 keys, 5 torches now darkened. In other words, once he has collected all 5 of the sigils and destroyed all 5 of the sigils, something happens. According to the old gods, it opens the way to the masters, right? It's how the masters will finally enter the universe. But these 5 sigils is what the jailer clearly is after. And of course, what we're going to try and stop. Now, there is something very interesting where... So this is what the Primus tells us. Zuval will go after the Arbiter Sigil in Oribos. She must be defended at all costs. Zuval is coming for my sigil. We of course learned that we were not successful in stopping Zuval. He got his hands on the sigil, which again points to the power level of the jailer. Nothing we do seem to be any good. He appears to be too fucking powerful. It's insane. Balthazar, not necessarily, because it's not necessarily that the sigil powers them. The sigil most likely just keeps them powerful, right? My argument is that they are Titan Keepers. They're not constructs. The Arbiter, in my opinion, is a construct. Shouldn't the Archon have changed with the loss of her sigil? Was it the sigil that MC'd Anduin? Mind Control Anduin took from her? Yes, DARPA, that was the sigil. But remember, if I am correct, and the Archon and all of them are sort of Titan Keepers, not on the level of the Primus and Zuval. Here's my problem. So clearly, Zuval refers to, if we go to YouTube here, hold up, let's just quickly do YouTube, and we go I know he doesn't actually kill it, but I just want to see. Okay, let's do this.
Despite all our efforts, the mob
seeks an audience.
A mortal.
A king.
All right, listen to what he calls her. He says he's their
One
brother.
who has spent his life striving for justice. One who would give anything to serve his people. One whose heart is true.
Very well. He may approach. Step forward. My Ascended have spoken of you. The king held captive in the mall.
That prison could not hold me forever.
Why have you come to Bastion?
You have a key that I need.
You will release this soul from your grasp.
No.
Oh my god.
He is bound to me.
Just as you once sought to bind your own brother.
All right, just as you once sought to bind your own brother, right? That's what he says. Okay, so he says that he is their brother. None of that answers why the power discrepancy, why the power disparity. Is disparity the right word for it? there seems to be a gap within the power levels of Zuval and the others. I mean, why is Zuval so much more powerful? Listen, I mean, we already went through this, right? If you listen to what the denizens of the Shadowlands say, if he went to fight the jailer, there may be nothing left of the Primus. In other words, you can't stand against him. We know this also from the ending, like I said before, where Ranithal and all of the other Eternal Ones meet within the Arbiter's room, and they make it very clear that all is lost. If Zuval is free, there's no way for them to stop him. He is too fucking powerful. Why that power discrepancy? Why does that power discrepancy exist between Zuval and the others? And then, more importantly, bringing it back to the sigils, it could be that it is a slow process. In other words, it wasn't instant. The Rune Carver didn't instantly turn into the Rune Carver as we see him in the game in 9.0, right? Over time, as he is removed from his sigil, he became what we saw as the Rune Carver. Once the sigil was restored, he once again turned into the Primus, the picture that we see here, right? So there's also an argument to be made for that the Archon, if she is away from her sigil for long enough, she will eventually become worse and worse, right? Understand the layering, but it could be more creative. Is it just me that is getting bored of the layering effect on the voices of anyone related to death? DK, Savannah's Jailer, Bolvar. No, I actually like the layering effect. I find it weird that Sire is so weak, given lost spoilers. Sire is not necessarily weak. Needs for better hair is to get reunited with his sigil. Yes. If we can get Asmongold's sigil back, he will once again grow hair. Guaranteed. Right? He will no longer be Bold Champ. Tavern, thank you for the follow, dude. Really fucking appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So Asmongold needs, isn't he's power bound to the Maw. The more powerful the Maw becomes, the more powerful he becomes. I mean, they broke the machinery of death, aka the Arbiter, and caused all the souls to flood to the Maw, and in return increasing the Jailer's power. Not really, Dub. Bravo Fox, thank you for the follow, dude. Really fucking appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, because Blizzard already said, right, that Zuval is Titan ++ in terms of power level. Now, we have discussed this many a times. Is he Titan ++ because of all the anima, or is he Titan ++ in spite of it, right? So the anima is just making him even stronger. According to how they speak of him, he's more powerful baseline. Because even before they knew that all the souls were sort of flooding into the Maw, even before they learnt of this, they were scared of him. They made it very clear that he is very powerful, and if he escapes, we will not be able to stop him. So according to at least what we know about the game and the lore within the Shadowlands, the Jailer is on a power level of his own. He is ridiculously powerful. And also remember that the Primus has been gone for a very long time. If you went to fight the Jailer, there may be nothing left of the Primus. This would have happened even before all the souls got sent to the Maw, right? The Primus would have gone to fight the Jailer long before the Shadowlands was actually broken. So the Jailer is just more powerful. Now, of course, this could be because of a number of things. It could just be that the first ones created different Titans and Eternal Ones differently. So not every single Titan and Eternal One is of equal power. It could very well be that some of them is more powerful than the others. It could also be based on the type of magic that they use, which is, of course, another discussion that we absolutely must have. If you look, for example, at Sargeras, right? Sargeras killed all of the Titans in their battle with him. And according at least to what we know of that battle, he didn't even take that long to do it. He killed the Titans very quickly. How did he do it? Foul. Titans have a natural weakness to foul magic, and since he accepted the foul and was channeling the foul, he destroyed the Titans, which in essence made him Titan++. It made him more powerful than all of the other Titans combined. Now, it could also just be that this is why Zuvul is so much more powerful, because unlike the others, he accepted the power of death. Remember, the other Titans, we've spoken about this many a time, right? The other Titans does not appear to have accepted death, so to speak. They use domination magic in order to banish him to the Maw, but outside of that, they seem to be sort of preserving more than they are finalizing. So it could very well be, it's in this very cinematic right at the end here. Let's just watch this again because this is so fucking cool. Her realization, it's all just so fucking cool. Dark, how you doing, bro?
Step forward. My Ascended have spoken of you. The king held captive in the Maw.
That prison could not hold me forever.
Why have you come to Bastion?
You have a key that I need.
You will release this soul from your grasp.
No. He is bound to me.
Just as you once sought to bind your own brother.
What is interesting is that, and this is something that I didn't even realize until just now, do you see what's happening to all of them touched by the domination magic coming out of Shalamon? Like, look at all the Kyrians that's sort of standing around him. Look what happens as soon as the domination magic from Shalamon touches them. But it does not bind the Arbiter. The the Archon isn't bound by the domination magic. Why not? Why does that specific type of domination magic not have any hold on her?
Once sought to bind your own brother.
I'm starting to agree with you guys. The sigil. What if it is the sigil? In other words, as long as you have the sigil, domination magic cannot bind you. So his sigil was removed so that he could be bound. Fuck. This is so cool, dude.
The vessel performed its part flawlessly. 3 keys remain. Then they will see. Death was never meant to be chained.
That's the line that I find so interesting and that I think is so important. That line. Then they will see. Death was never meant to be chained. So, what if his power level, Titan++, is because of his acceptance of death? So, unlike the Archon, unlike the other Eternal ones, he bowed and bound himself to the powers of death. The way they speak about it, the way that Side and Nathria speaks about it, and we again can actually look at that. By the way, I just want to say I'm so glad that Sidon Atheris is coming back. I love his fucking character. I absolutely love his character. The keys are sigils. The sigils is the keys, right?
Denathrius!
Fuck, talk about premature
This
ejaculation.
was your valiant last stand. For so very long, you've punished arrogant souls. But instead of learning from their suffering, you've become one of them. You just needed to obey.
Again, want to point out the interesting thing here. I said it when we first started watching this, when we first saw the cinematic. For so long, you punished arrogant souls. Denathrius comes across... Am I the only one that thinks that Denathrius is an arrogant piece of shit? Even though I love his character, he comes across as extremely arrogant, right? But what if the arrogance was the belief that death could be chained? What if what he is showing isn't arrogance? Because he finally realizes that their arrogance was the belief that they could chain death, that they could stop death. That was the arrogance.
How fortunate you are to witness the splendor of what is about to unfold. Every precious drop of anima, so painstakingly wrung from the tortured souls of lesser beings, now paves the path for the Banished One to reclaim what was his. And once his liberation is secured...
See, it's so conflicting, because here again he says, for the Banished One to claim what was his, and once his liberation is complete. So, what exactly was the Banished One once in control of all of the Shadowlands? That's what I sort of believe, right? I think that the Banished One, Zuval, was once in control of everything. It was his realm.
It shall be by his will that all is washed away. The only power that will emerge from this torrent of change is death. Death and those who shaped its victory.
That's where it comes from. That's where my belief for this entire thing comes from. Zuval accepted the powers of death. There may have been a moment, there may have been a time where Zuval, like the other Eternal Ones, believed that through order and through substance, they can bind death. They can ensure that death and its finality does not happen. We're also told, we are told by the Primus himself that what happened to the Runecarver is the dream that Zuval has, right? Bound and chained and broken. That's what Zuval wants for the world. But what if through him leading this universe, through him controlling the Shadowlands, he finally realized that no. Our folly was the belief that we were in control and that death could be controlled. And so Zuval accepted death. He accepted death as the powerful one, as the one that should be victorious. He was then subsequently banished. His sigil was removed so that domination magic would actually work on him, and he was banished to the Maw. But now, Zuval himself says, they will learn that death was never meant to be chained, right? That's the point here. That's the entire story here. Death was never meant to be changed. Swaps, thank you for the follow. Really fucking appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, to my mind, Zuval is also in service of something greater than himself. This is what grants him this incredible power level. And again, we need only look to Sargeras. Sargeras, in every single way, is 100% a normal Titan. No more powerful than Amanthul or Aenar or Norgunar, any of the others. But simply by accepting the foul, he managed to destroy the other Titans in a battle that, according to the chronicles at least, was fairly short-lived. They didn't really stand a chance against him. So once he accepted this more powerful cosmological force, he was able to defeat his brothers and sisters because of their own sort of weakness to it. What if the same story is true of Zuval? The Eternal Ones have a natural weakness, and this would actually be poetic in a way. If you think about this, guys, it would be somewhat poetic. The Eternal Ones have a natural weakness to death, finality, the end. So that magic, the type of magic that the Jailer wields, makes him Titan++. So it has nothing to do with the anima or the anima reserves. It is the magic that he wields, death, that gives him that incredible power. What do you guys think of this? It was great Pantheon before Fall, though, right? According to Chronicle, Titan perspective, he was the greatest of the Pantheon. Well, he was their greatest warrior, but that doesn't necessarily make him stronger, right? What if Zaval is trying to mantle death, as in revivify a dormant force, death, to make himself a new incarnation? Parascopic, possible, but more possible that death is the thing that was always chained, right? Sargeras actually caught the rest of the Pantheon off guard. They thought they were reasoning with him. Once he struck down Agrimar, the rest were easy to deal with. Massey, that's, shall we say, that's a convenient explanation, but not the full explanation. Because even caught off guard, if you have 5 or 4 beings that is incredibly powerful, just as powerful as you, even with the element of surprise, you'd most likely still lose that battle because it is 1v4. He managed to defeat them relatively easily. So even with the sort of I caught you off guard, I do not see how you defeat four beings of equal power. Based on that, if Titans are from Order and their weakness is foul that Sargeras wielded, then does that mean Pantheon of Death is actually from Life, with weakness to Death that Zaval accepted? Kildana, that's actually very possible. I've made this point in the past as well, right? When you look at the Shadowlands, do you get more of a Death vibe or more of a Life vibe from the Shadowlands? Based on all of the zones, Ardenweald being one of the zones that sort of gives it away probably the best. What vibe do you get from it? I don't get a Death vibe from the Shadowlands. It's not what I would consider to be how do we put this? If you asked me what the Realms of Death would look like, I would not describe the Shadowlands. Definitely Life and Order. Definitely. I do get a more Life Order vibe. Yeah, really, it is only the Maw, and perhaps to some extent, in a lesser way, the Necrolords, right? Maldraxxus has some kind of death vibe to it. But the other zones are very much not death necessarily. Lifeless Order came and installed itself. So I'm not arguing that the Shadowlands isn't the Realm of Death. It most likely is the Realm of Death. I'm arguing that Order and Life sort of took over. It chained death. removed death from the equation and installed itself as the sort of de facto leaders of this new realm. They built Oribos in order to control the souls and the flow of the River of Souls. The River Gargua is still to this day my biggest example of this. The River Gargua is almost a one-on-one representation of the River Styx, right? Which in Greek mythology, I believe it's Greek, it could be Roman, but I think it's Greek. In Greek mythology, the River Styx is where, you know, souls would have to cross the river in order to move into the afterlife, and then you would pay the boatman, right? So there's a whole thing around the River Styx. The River Gargua, to my mind, is similar to that. So the Maw is the only realm that really looks death-like. Another thing that's interesting is that Korthia is a subzone of the Maw. Now, of course, it is Zuval that's bringing it to the Maw. But what if it always was part of the Maw? What if Korthia was once part of the Maw and it's been removed from the Maw in order to sort of split the powers that be, if that makes sense? The River of Souls, so dark. If you go into the Maw, there's that river that runs all throughout the Maw. The river is called Gargua, right? The River Gargua. And it is literally Gargua, the River of Souls. Is the Maw a zone made around the true death realm and then branched out? Alex, I agree with that 100%. Broke away with the lack of anima. Except instead of plates, we are dealing with the realms of the Shadowlands and the in-between, which I think is the real Shadowlands, the current Shadowlands being an arcane illusion powered by our anima. Very possible. Are the chains that imprisoned the old gods' domination magic? We were made to believe they were arcane. Domination magic, to my mind, if I'm correct on this, I could be completely wrong. Of course, we don't know much about domination magic yet, but domination magic, to my mind, is a magic of the first ones. It's a magic that literally came from the first ones, and the Titans and the Eternal Ones have the ability to wield domination magic. Probably not to the efficiency of the first ones, but to some extent to bind. So yes, if you look at the chains in the... I don't remember these chains, but let me just quickly see. Nazoth freed. I remember those chains having... I thought I saw runes on the chains, but we can... I might be wrong. Let's just quickly look. Whether this is or isn't doesn't really affect anything, because we do know that the Titans do use the runes. The same kind of runes that we find within domination magic is also used by the Titans on their armors and their weapons. So the runes is definitely there. But I might agree with Apocalypse here that the Titans have a lesser form of domination magic. There's runes on that thing as well. Don't know if you guys are seeing it. Look at the runes there. This is the Heart of Azeroth, right? The mechanics, or the mechanical version of it. Our power got into this thing, and this contraption does have similar runes on it. Now, I like to call it domination runes, but it could also just be a runic magic, like we've discussed before, where the thing about these runes is it depends on the order in which you put them, right? So these runes can grant life, they can grant freedom, they can grant domination, really depending on which order they exist in. So then what would change there is that the runes is a magical language that belonged to the first ones, and that depending on how you organize those runes, that changes it into one or more types of magic. See if you guys see any sort of runes on those pillars. Look for any sort of runic giveaway. I'm not seeing it. So it might just be... I mean, the chains are ethereal, right? So the chains are magical in nature. There are runes on that circle. Yes, 100%. There could be runes there. Was it on the towers? Hold up. Okay, so obviously there's runes there. Those are runes right there. Those looks, that looks as if it could be runes. See there? Looks as if it can be runes. Whilst mechanics is the same, so the runes there are not the same runes, say, in Lordaeron in the King's Throne Room. It does look like decorations. Lord, all runes could be the same, just depending on how you use them, right? Can be runes, or just to show that the pillars are old. I mean, the runes is everywhere, right? There's this runic language all around us. Different races use these runes. There's a crap ton of runes all around us that's consistently used. Now, according to Jaina said that the runes is a language that she does not understand. So it makes the runes themselves very old. Right? Right there. Makes the runes extremely old. Frozen Embers, how you doing, bro? Aheshi, how you doing? So the runes, in my mind, so this is just my own headcanon. We obviously have no evidence of this right now. But to me, the runes is the language of the first ones. It's what the first ones used to bind the universe, to bring the universe into existence. Those runes, depending on how they're used and the combination in which you use them, can signal different kinds of powers, right? So it really depends on how you use them and whether or not you know how to use them, because all of that will be different. Same as real life. Do you not see how much information in religious belief that Blizzard has pulled into WoW? The very Cosmic Order map is based on the light spectrum we use in real life. Well, Lord, what's your point? We know that. We've discussed religion in the past. Xenops, so the problem that you would have... No, Lord, I'm asking you, what's the point? I'm not going after you. I'm literally asking you, what's the point that you're trying to make? Xenops, Jaina would know a magical language regardless of how old it is, right? She would know what a magical language looks like. She would undoubtedly have seen those runes before, because mages actually use runes as well. So there's every reason to believe that Jaina would have known. It doesn't matter whether or not she can speak Dwarven. Also, there would be a chance that while she can't speak it fluently, she would at least understand some of it. Because remember, the dwarves have been part of the Alliance for a very long time, and it is sort of a cultural mix that would have happened at one point or another. So she should have some indication of it, right? There are runes in just about every magic class in this game. True, but it depends on how you use those runes. So I do agree with that. And yeah, we have looked at the runes before. The runes do not change. They have different colors. What Apocalypse said there is correct. They have different colors and they're sometimes in different orders, but the runes are almost always the same. Well, I think the runes were used by the first ones, or the progenitors as they exist. Another thing that is actually mind-boggling is let me just quickly get there. So Talgalan, this is one of the sort of the servants, so to speak. Talgalan, get me all of the records you have regarding the sigil and the progenitors. This is once again the fucking brokers. Why do they have all of this knowledge? What exactly is going on here? Mary, I agree with your point. Why do the brokers have this much knowledge on what is meant to be insider trader levels of knowledge? This is knowledge. The progenitors are the first ones. When the first ones created the universe, the brokers would not even have been a thought. Why do they have information on the progenitors? Why do they have information on the sigils that literally created the eternal ones, so to speak? Why should they have records of these things? And yet they do. The brokers seem to have records of just about everything. Where do the brokers come from? Right now, the best guess that we have is that they should, at some point, must have been part of the Ethereals, right? And the only reason we think that is there's so much crossover between the ethereal artwork and architecture and broker artwork and architecture. So they're very similar. And of course, then here's the question that, if you're like me, will break your brain. We are told that the brokers started flooding into Erebos as soon as the Arbiter went down. So why not before? Why didn't they show up sooner? I mean, the brokers love information. They deal in it pretty much exclusively. Surely a place like Erebos would have always been something interesting to them, would have always been something that they really wanted to know about, and yet they waited until the Arbiter went down to start flooding into Erebos. Should be feared, they themselves are ascended and not of flesh. It's us, the way we consume. Brokers are chaotic neutral. They don't care about anything other than gaining knowledge and wealth. They will allow realms to rise and fall as long as they get their cut. Very true. Have you yet seen the image of the new raid? I don't know. What image? You wonder why Dimensius destroyed the Ethereal's homeworld. Okay, so the Ethereals were destroyed because they started playing with far too much power, right? That's why they were destroyed. The power that they played with is what fucked them up. I think I'm on the wrong page here. That's why, yeah. Okay, let's go back to the first page and let's just quickly see here. Images, Sanctum of Domination raid environment preview. All right, you piqued my interest. Let's take a look here. of Domination raid environment preview. With Sanctum of Domination raid testing starting later today, we're taking an early look at the zone environment. I mean, are those chains up there? Are you guys seeing chains? Like, literally in the sky, it seems like chains. What if those chains run all around? So all throughout the Vale, it's chains. That's what Sylvanas broke. She broke the chains. The very prison that was around our world. Remember, we did say, Sylvanas did say, this world is a prison. Those are chains in the fucking sky. Well, it could be binding Torghast to Icecrown, or those chains are literally the Vale. So the whole of the Vale, the whole of reality is chained within this Vale that can't be broken out of. That looks just absolutely breathtaking. That looks fucking beautiful. We have this as one of the raid rooms. I would be very excited to see this as one of the raid rooms. Red as fuck though. Or reddish tint rather. Stage 1, a cycle of hatred. We have forgotten what makes us strong. Players battle against Sylvanas atop Torghast while the jailer remains elusive. The mission, a monument to our suffering. You're unfit to wear this crown. Upon reaching 80% health, Sylvanas chains all players. Stage 2, the Banshee Queen. What are we if not slaves to this torment? Sylvanas enters Banshee form, taking to the skies to waylay players' pursuit of the jailer as he ascends. Thrall and Jaina link their aid by casting Call Earth and Channel Ice, respectively, but must be kept free from interruption while doing so. And then the freedom of choice. Nothing can stop what is to come. Sylvanas follows the player's traversal, greeting them for the final showdown between death and inevitability in the jailer's master plan. Natalie, how you doing? Very cool. Nothing can stop what is to come. The freedom of choice. Alright, so let's just quickly see here. That is, I'm assuming, the top of Torghast. Oh man, this raid looks so fucking gorgeous though. I mean, this raid looks absolutely fucking amazing. Just open this up so we can get a better look at this. Dark portal dudes all around. Like, legitimately, these portal dudes are everywhere. Are they the first ones? Are they something else? Perhaps a relic of a time before the first ones arrived? Fuck. I'm really excited for this raid. Like, so fucking excited for this raid. The levels of it, the ginormousness of it, it just looks gargantuan, right? It's so big. It looks so open. I'm looking forward to this. Oda, how you doing, bro? Do you find it funny that each of the three Warbringers end up as bosses, but they don't end up dying? No, I don't find it funny because I sort of think that it's important that they don't die. They are the Warbringers, right? And perhaps them living is going to be important further down the line. Like, that might at some point play a part or play a role. I'm flabbergasted. The art team, Blizzard's art team is just next level, dude. They are just fucking next level. Look at that skybox. Wow. Oh man, this raid is gonna be so fucking cool. That looks like a pillar of souls almost. You see that? The hell's the white there? Much red, much white. This is obviously the River of Souls as it enters into Torghast. You can see that. It looks like Torghast is built all around it with this soul beam, so to speak, just running straight through. Explicit, how you doing? You're a goddamn legend. Love the Joss interview. Hope we'll get more content like that. Explicit, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. And yes, that is definitely something I want to do more of. The Castle Nathria raid was visually nice and fun too. Castle Nathria looked amazing. But like I said, the art team for Blizzard is just always fantastic. Regardless of what you want to say about the rest of the game, sometimes it's hit and miss. But the art team does such a good fucking job. That's eerie as fuck. Look at that. Just eerie. You come from this place that's sort of lit up, and then you have this dark passageway, the stairs up. It's insane. Explicit, thank you for the Prime Tip, dude. Really fucking appreciate that. Welcome to the Fat Fuckers Club. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My heart may break in many pieces when we see the Savannah cinematic in this raid. She's gonna live. She has to live. Man, Blizzard, what the hell are you doing? I'm assuming these are boss platforms. Very Runecarver-esque almost. You get to pick 83 out of 95. Everyone knows Blizzard is Savannah Sim. They would never kill her. Agreed. You say picture 85. Look at the fucking scale, dude. The scale of this place. I'm sort of just going to go quicker through it. The forge, most likely. That looks like a forge. I already like the platform idea, so hopefully some play on platforms in this fight. Get more chains, more fucking... Imagine having a fight right there on that little platform. Is it just me, or does it seem that not all parts of Torghast look evil? No, not all parts do look evil. Satosh, you're very correct. Did you see the Savannah's mount, Vengeance? Too bad we're never actually seen her on that mount. Well, according to what they're saying, at least, that's her hatred. So it doesn't seem to be her mount. Hey, I don't mind if they're Savannah Sims. I agree with them. You have to be a Savannah Sim. The scale and the view from this raid is gonna be magnificent. Fuck! Look at that room. Look at that room and tell me you wouldn't love to fight a boss or some mobs in there. There's the forge looking place again. Dark Lady, shooting Thanos as her bitch mount. Raid tasting starts later today. I saw. You said picture 83, right? So we're just gonna casually move around till we get picture 83 until we find something that blows our minds again. Wait. Is that a pillar in the middle of the River of Souls? In the middle of the Soul Stream? Seems to be entrances. Something inside of it, but places to walk out of. Wow. I'm in love with this fucking raid. I haven't even been inside it and it already looks so cool. I love the different plays because I was a bit afraid when they said that Torghast was going to be the next, like, the next raid. There was a part of me that sort of thought, Torghast could be a little bit boring almost. But the way they've played with colors to sort of break down the different areas is magnificent. Oh my god, look at this broken area. What the fuck is that? Are you seeing this? Like, areas broken away from the tower, so sort of. Look at those chains going into broken areas of the world around it. There's a very real chance that Torghast itself used to be the spiral at the heart of the Shadowlands. That Torghast was what Oribos has sort of become now. I don't know if Oribos was part of Korthia, Sorian, but it could be. Either snow or ash. It's almost a Titan-esque kind of building. Are you seeing this? It's got a very Titan look to it. Like, you know, almost what Order Titans build? Yeah, this place is broken. And then what seems to be telescopes. For what? What was the purpose of those telescopes? More of these figures, these hooded figures that we find literally fucking everywhere. What's that aimed at? What was the purpose of this? Telescopes with runes on it? Yes. Why would this telescope need to exist? What were they looking at? You think Azeroth? I mean, it's as good a guess as any. Well, that's a dark room. This would be the... yeah, this would most likely be the Among Us room. You can't see the boss, you can't see anyone else. You just have to run around. New fight. An Among Us fight. This was definitely once a landmass that was very much part of the Maw. Very much part of Torghast. That's sort of broken away over time. Either been ripped apart by something or someone, or just the drought has broken it. Look at this. Where are those chains going? Where the fuck are those chains going? What is the chains linked to there? Well, we can see Korthia already, so why would it link to Korthia, but Korthia wouldn't be in view, right? Because Korthia has been pulled closer to the Maw. So what if these chains are actually linked to something completely different? A whole different realm? Man, the scale. The scale and the fucking beauty of this realm. Of this zone, rather. Look at the interesting change in architecture. Everything's very death-like, very sort of bland colors. And then you have this archway. Gold and blue and almost Titan-esque, right? Kyrian, almost. You could actually say yes, almost Kyrian, almost as if each one of the covenants had their own wing, right? Of Torghast. Once upon a time, they were all sort of linked to Torghast. They all had their own wing and they all existed within this one area. Again, you see it's the same architecture but different colors. It did look sealed, actually. It did look as if it was sealed. Okay. Okay. You have 5 runes and 1 in the middle that links all of it. Not a rune, but sort of a gem. So raid mechanics here, 5 runes to be soaked. Maybe. Or maybe a story of what was once the reality of Torghast. So once upon a time, you had, because that bottom, the bottom rune looks very similar to the rune of the Archon. It's a similar type of rune. Am I just seeing things, or?
Despite all.
People. My Ascended have spoken of you. The king held captive in the mall.
Raidism, how you doing, bro?
Could not hold me forever.
Why have you come to Bastion?
You have a key that I need.
You will release this soul from your grasp.
No. He is bound to me.
Just as you once sought to bind your own brother.
Alright, doesn't exactly look like it. Like, it's not a 1-for-1. Where the fuck are we? Here we go. No. These runes are definitely not it. Would have been fucking cool if it was, but these runes are not it. So whatever these runes are, they're not linked to the sigils. But it is still interesting that there are 4 runes all sort of leading into the center fold. So sadly, not true, but, you know, would have still been fucking cool. Look at that. Those are chains literally running inside the veil. So the veil that was split has chains running through it. So when Sylvana said this world is a prison, she does not appear to have lied about that. Those are chains running inside the fucking veil. So in other words, the veil is a prison, is a network of chains in and of itself. It's 100% looks like directional AoE damage mechanics. It's possible that it could just be mechanics, but do not forget that it is also based on the pictures that we've seen and the picture that I have in my mind. It looks as the different wings of Torghast all meeting in the center. The center is where the soul pillar goes up. So it looks as if it's these different wings that all meet in the center. But this is very fucking interesting. those chains were literally basically either chaining the Shadowlands or chaining reality. See the chains here again, and here you see the veil as it's damaged, and then of course the broken veil right there. It could be that it changed reality to the Shadowlands, or that it just chains reality. In other words, in order to preserve reality and ensure that reality can't bleed into the other realms, it was chained. Fuck, look at that room. What bothers me is there's no chains in this one. So some of the pictures have chains in them and some of them don't. Now, it could be that the chains are moving, right? So the chains move. See, there we go. So these chains actually move. It might be because they're broken. So they sort of move in and out of this because they were broken. So you see the remnants of the chain. Sometimes they're gone. Sometimes they're there. Basically because they were broken. It could be that it's the view. So it depends on from which angle you're looking at this thing. That's entirely possible as well. There's a good look of the chains. Those chains are definitely running inside the veil. And they don't seem to be linked to Torghast. You can see there they touch Torghast, but they're definitely going past Torghast. They're not just attached to Torghast. Well, the prison in the blue is the in-between, where we are free. That's as good an example, as good an explanation as any. I'm not seeing runes on them, but then again, those runes could be lit up, but I'm not seeing runes right now, at least. Actually, it could be that it was chained, both of the Shadowlands and reality was sort of chained together. What the hell? Oh, this is the different gateways. And look at the maw right there. Fuck, this screenshot is insane. And then you have that one, which just absolutely gorgeous. What's that synced bit there? What's that? If the chains are broken, would that allow the Shadowlands to pass between the veil into our world? Yeah, basically they said that, Bravo Fox, at the beginning. They did say, when you first arrive in Erebos, Telenara actually says, with the veil between life and death broken, death has now started to bleed into reality. Yeah, this can definitely be a desktop image. More of these chains. This fight's gonna be insane in the Arbiter's room. An interlocking of sorts. And here we get a good look at the... So here we get a good look at the different sigils, which finally makes sense. But then that means that... You see the different sigils, right? You guys are all seeing this. Golden, thank you for the Prime sub, dude. Really fucking appreciate that. Welcome to the Fat Fuckers Club. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the sigil from the Archon. And then we have the other sigils from the other Eternal ones. Then you have Zuval's sigil, which is clearly defaced, so to speak. It's broken. No, you can see the sigil on it, but look at the ground underneath the sigil. That is broken. Those chains might be Torghast attaching itself to Oribos. I mean, the snake in the middle is Ouroboros, right? Oribos is very much... It drew its inspiration almost 100% from Ouroboros, the snake that eats its own tail, which it can mean different things, right? So the snake that eats its own tail can be the prophecy of your movement will eventually consume itself, right? So there is a chance that the snake eats itself. In other words, the movement keeps going until it eats itself, so there is an end to it. Or it could mean eternity, which is another sort of signal of Ouroboros, is eternity. In other words, it always keeps going round and round. It just never stops. So it is sort of the consistency that it will always come again. Reincarnation, as Lord said there. So it can be either one of those things, but that Zuval's sigil is definitely defaced. That's almost guaranteed. Also, his sigil seems to be very different to the others. If you look at the other sigils, it's more solid, right? It's a proper sigil. It's there. You can see it. You can sort of grasp it, if that makes sense. Whereas Zuval's sigil, if we assume that is Zuval's sigil, it's just, I don't know, sort of weird. Could be that the sigil looked different and that it was sort of broken. Yeah, it could be that it was removed, or as much of it was removed as humanly possible. Yeah, no. 100% agree. Whoever sat on this sigil was clearly the leader, right? The head of the table, so to speak. It looks elevated, more elevated than the others. It looks as if this was a position of power. This was a position of leadership, right? The brokers are related to the consortium. Siriani, probably related, but no longer linked. Broken, it's all good in the Shadowlands. If you don't speak about it, then it's okay. Could also be the accused. Could be the accused, but I doubt that. And then, of course, we have this wonderful fucking chains running. Either attaching itself to Ouroboros or trying to attach itself to Ouroboros. Or maybe Ouroboros broke the chains. I wish I could see what's on these portals. Fuck, dude. There's so much. There is so much that just... There's so much to speculate on. So much to dive into here. I mean, there's no mobs or anything in these pictures. So that's probably where the Arbiter is. That's just not been added yet to the game. Also, most likely to preserve spoilers. So they don't add things that could potentially spoil things earlier than what they want. Still, mind-blowing. Is Twitch messing up for anyone? What if Ouroboros we know is constructed? The original was destroyed. I'm more of the belief, it's entirely possible, obviously, but I am more of the belief that it's Torghast that was the original. I believe that Torghast was the original, and that this was sort of removed, so to speak. Torghast was replaced by Ouroboros. Sure, Torghast was way more than it is now. Maybe the Broken Sigil was the head of a council. I think it was Zuval, Tatiana. That was where everyone was pulled through. I think right at the beginning, Torghast was the sort of Torghast was sort of the place where all of the souls went, and this is where the rulers of the Shadowlands ruled over the universe. It just makes sense. Look at where Torghast is located. Look at the soul stream. But when Zuval betrayed them, when Zuval accepted death, or whatever the case might be, that's when they set up Oribos. I don't know. Oribos could. I mean, it is possible that Oribos actually slots right into the middle. And if you look at this, Oribos slots into Torghast. So Oribos, once upon a time, was actually part of Torghast. RuneScope is for tracking areas to hit with the chains. It's possible. If the veil was broken somewhere else, where would we have landed in the Shadowlands? Based on the location, I don't think it could have been broken anywhere else. Hi, chat. Petros, how you doing, bro? Zoom in on his sigil. It looks like chains. Could signify his task as the jailer of something, and his betrayal is actually deciding to release what is jailed. I think it's death. I can see the chain argument. I can see it. Not necessarily agree with it, but I can see the chains argument. Right? Let's go to original so we can zoom in. All right. What do you see? Christers, I actually agree with that view. I actually 100% agree with that view. But it looks as if... Let's imagine that that is the sigil. So let's imagine that this is the sigil. Then it looks like all elements run to the center of it, right? But it does look also as if there could have been a sigil, and when it was stamped out, it left this sort of broken image. It left this sort of broken... Yeah, I do get a compass view from it, Rumak. That's actually the perfect word. It looks almost compass-like, as if it's signifying connections to something. At the small Primus statue in Sanctum in full armor, and I had some strange feeling he will wake up from there and stone will become bone. Petros, but we already know that he doesn't. So we already know that he is the rune carver. Not contained like the others. Yeah, it does appear to be sort of gone off the deep end, if you will. Right? It's definitely not within the circle. Whereas if you look at the others, they are... Oh my god. Fuck. Yeah, if you look at the others, they are all contained within their own circles, right? All of them contained within their circles, except for Zuval's. Yeah, the middle is almost definitely crumbled, right? So, if you look at this, there was definitely some kind of violence towards the sigil. Whatever that violence is, of course, we wouldn't fucking know, but... The middle has the Midgard worm, or whatever it's called. Oh, you're talking about Ouroboros. The snake that eats its own tail. This one. And Jamangar are the same. I believe the sigil was first removed and then the platform was broken. That's possible. Magical scar when he was struck down, possibly. First time noticing that. So much for being an art sucker. The World Serpent is the Norse depiction of Ouroboros. What if there was something hit in the center and the sigil spread it out? Mental area, I like that. It looks sort of correct. Since there's two, they're eating each other's tails. Yes, okay, true. Yes, it's not exactly Ouroboros because Ouroboros is a single snake eating its own tail. Which could also signal if Blizzard wanted to think that deeply, because it could just be this, because they didn't want to just steal the Sigia of Ouroboros. But it could also be life and death. One of the snakes is life, the other snake is death. And so you have life eating death and death eating life. And the circle always continues. A life eat death? Well, life for they it's not physically eating it, right? So it's more a case of life feeds death and death feeds life, and we already know that's true based on Ardenweald, right? So in Ardenweald, we know that Ardenweald, the realm of death, supplies life once again. Chaos Zero, thank you so much for the months update. Really fucking appreciate that. 26 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, Walking Hell, how you doing, bro? Things of all, sigil is the eye of the jailer, same number of spikes. It's possible. But again, I wouldn't say that that is, because this seems to have been built before Odin's eye would have been there, right? They resurrect and the others turn on him because that would result in them losing power, and Zuval is going after death to kill him. Alright, I'll just sit here then and watch. 10 Deeps, what do you mean? There are two Ouroboros. No. 10 Deeps, what did you say? Yes, but perhaps the eye was installed within the spikes. I wouldn't say the eye is necessarily important here. So the eye was sort of a means to an end, right? It's what obviously Odin used in order to see into the Shadowlands, but more importantly, I believe that it was Zuval that used that in order to see into reality. I don't think these are necessarily connected, but then again, I could be wrong, right? It could be anything. The Kyrians already existed when Odin traded his eye. That is how he got the concept for Valkyr, literally Valor Kyrian. Well, yeah, but they would have existed probably long before Odin was a thing. So I do agree with you, Rhino Stein. Odin definitely does not predate the Shadowlands. The question is, does the Titans even predate the Shadowlands? What do you guys think? Do you think that the Titans predate the Shadowlands? Or at least date as far back as the Shadowlands? See, I don't think so. The reason I don't think so is because, to my mind, the Titans in Chronicles states that they don't know what is going on within the Shadowlands. They don't know. The Chronicles is, I think, 4 or 5 lines that they talk about the Shadowlands, and it basically just boils down to we have no fucking clue. We know that beings go there when they die, but that's just about it. There's nothing else there. So, in my mind, whatever happened to the universe, whatever bound the universe, happened before the Titans existed, or before the Titans even knew about the universe. That at least is my opinion on it. Or they could have lied, right? It is entirely possible that they lied and they knew exactly what the what these beings were. They just didn't give a fuck. Echo of Domination magic being for controlling and reshaping souls. Could it be a form of rebirth? No. Domination magic, I almost very heavily doubt would be a form of rebirth. I think the Shadowlands predates the Titans. It was never stated that Titans were the first beings to come into creation. No, the Titans stated that they were the first in the Chronicles, but we already know that the Chronicles, they would have been the first because that's the only fucking thing they knew, right? Jemania, how you doing? Snake on Snake is also a symbol for transmigration of souls. I do like that. I feel like the Titans are lying to cover up their involvement in its artificiality. I don't necessarily think they're lying. Oh, Alex, we're gonna stop soon. Because I have to go stretch and shit now. We've been sitting for 2.5 hours. Almost 3. So I have to go do some stretches and shit. So we'll likely end the stream soon. And for those of you that's thinking, what the fuck? Why are you ending the stream so soon? It is literally until my back is better. Like, once my back is fully healed, I will be back in full force. And we will once again do 6-7 hour streams. No problems. But yeah, my back at the moment, if I do a 4-hour stream, I'm afraid tomorrow I can't walk again, and then that's gonna fucking suck. No, not Raid Shadow Legends. Definitely not Raid Shadow Legends. So I just saw your last vid. Excuse my typos. I mean, I am from Germany. So let me throw in some extreme idea. What if the sentence, "This world is a prison from Sylvanas," is not theoretical, it is more than realistic? What if Azeroth was imprisoned by the Titans because of its power? Because Titans love to imprison things. They imprisoned it because of its power, and it is maybe a Titan of all power, which can rebuild everything. So Sargeras wanted not to destroy Azeroth. So, wow, we hold a similar view. I've discussed this exact point in the past. I 100% agree with everything you just said there. It's all entirely possible. So, yeah, I can see exactly where that would go. Redoing Wrath of the Lich King stuff is so cool. Now we are in the Shadowlands. Makes a lot more sense. We know more now. Kylie K, 100% agree. Known as the oldest allegorical symbol in alchemy, the Ouroboros represented the concept of eternity and endless return. Like the sun, the Ouroboros underwent a journey of its own. From Egypt, it found its way to the Greek alchemists of Hellenistic Alexandria. Agreed? So it fits Shadowlands, really? I mean, Ouroboros makes complete sense within the realms of the Shadowlands. It 100% fits, right? So the fact that Ouroboros or the snake was always there, it always made sense to me. I never had a problem with it. Even when we made videos on it, I was like, yeah, this makes sense that the snake would be there. What haven't ever made sense to me, and what I still do not agree with, is that the Shadowlands is the realm of death, right? I don't believe that the Shadowlands is the realms of death. I think the Shadowlands used to be the realms of death, but I think that was sort of taken over by whoever the Eternal Ones serve. Stand up in front of your computer. Now, Bapna, I really appreciate that. I love that you guys came out to just get some lore and lore discussions. This is literally what we do on Twitch. I try whenever my back works. I try every Tuesday to Friday to do exactly that. And then, of course, this Sunday, once again, Show. We're going to be doing a hell of a lot more of this. Akalon is perfect in lore. Love it. I really appreciate that. And I appreciate each and every one of you for coming out, for hanging out with me. I do realize that these are shorter streams. 3 hours isn't exactly a good amount of streaming. But if you guys give me just a couple of days, a bit more than a couple of days, or hopefully just a couple, hopefully by Sunday I'm good to go. Once my back is fully healed, I will be resuming the streams as usual. So we will once again go back to 6, 7, 8 hour streams whenever we can. But I don't want to do that now and then just fucking once again, I can't stream for 2-3 days because my back's once again in fucking tatters, you know? Caldana, again, I would need a hell of a lot to actually make an IRL stream work. Appreciate me with money. You could do a backstretch stream. Do more for mine with my bad disc. So I do a shit ton of stretches. That's why I can't really do it in the middle of a stream. It takes about half an hour worth of backstretching. So I'm not going to put the stream on a break for half an hour while I try to fix my back. It's a hell of a lot better. Just by the way, for those of you that may have been worried about that, my back is, I would say, 20x better than what it was yesterday or even the day before that. The day before that, it's probably 100 times better now because I can actually sit and I can actually do things now. But yeah, there's still the one thing that bothers me right now is right here at the side, like to the left of my coccyx and a little bit up, that muscle there is stiff as fuck. And that really causes a lot of, like, I don't want to say pain, but discomfort. So that's sort of the big problem right now. Also helps avoid blood clots, big guy. Gordon, very true. Very true. So walking around, moving around, definitely gonna do a lot more of that. So yeah, we got into a bad habit of just basically sitting here for 6 hours. That's what we used to do, right? I used to just sit here for 6 hours and just stream. But I think breaking a little bit more, taking a break every hour, that's going to be the thing now for the future. And then, of course, like I said before, losing weight 100% must happen. We can't not lose weight anymore. A foam roller for your back. Runners, then I have one of those. It's just absolute agony right now to use it. Alex, yeah, if you can do that, that would be perfect. Just an hourly reminder that we have to stretch our legs a bit and move around a bit. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for spending 3 hours of your Friday with me. Whoa. Wow, thank you so much for the 5 community subs, dude. Really fucking appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very much appreciated. Can we get some love in chat for WoW Walking Hell? It is very much appreciated. Your subs go a long way to improving the channel and just allowing the channel to keep growing. So I absolutely adore that. Thank you so much, WoW, for that. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's stream. Even though it was short, I think it was jam-packed with a hell of a lot of information. Tatiana, thank you so much for the 1 community sub. Really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Some love in chat for everyone that's been gifting subs. Tatiana, wow, really appreciate you. Appreciate everything you do. Sophia, thank you so much for that. Nobody knows what killed the Arbiter. What if we are the ones? So, wow, the only problem with that would be the timing. So we could almost definitely not have done it because she was broken even before we had any access to it. So that's the problem. The timing doesn't work for us to have been the ones to break her. But, you know, who knows? But okay, I'm going to go stretch. I'm going to go chill out. Of course, we'll be back here on Sunday on YouTube, actually. So if you're not already aware, every Sunday on YouTube, we have extreme lore conversations. And then once again, back here on Tuesday for more streams. And we'll probably, I usually do about 2 hours of the stream, just chatting, talking about lore, discussing topics within World of Warcraft. And then we jump into either 9.1 PTR testing or whatever other game we can think of, right? But it's always lore first. So if that goes 4 hours, then it goes 4 hours. I don't give a fuck. I'll do lore all night, every night, if that is what you guys want. But it really depends on what chat is up to. So I want to thank you for spending your Friday evening with me, for taking time out of your day to come say hello. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I can't wait to see you guys again. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your loved ones. Be kind to one another. Most importantly, be good to yourself. Peace out, fam.